Across the street is the world famous House of Blues. In fact, did you know that Dan Aykroyd, one of my favorite comedians and movie stars, owned this place? In fact, built the whole chain of them. They're all over the United States. But this is where they have dinners and dinner parties, but they also have bands. And it's like a concert hall inside, and it's sunken in the middle, so you can go in and have dinner and watch a concert. And every week, every night of the week, they have different bands playing here. And some really famous people, like last week, David Bowie was here, the Pretenders, the Clash. I don't think Mick Jagger's ever performed here from the Rolling Stones, but he might have. It's a really hot spot in Hollywood. The roof and all the exterior metal was actually from Mississippi, from these old shacks, because Dan Aykroyd, the theme was to make it look very authentic and like an old rundown House of Blues shack. And I think he accomplished this. It's very creative and has a lot of character. We're out here in front of the Guitar Center out in Hollywood on the Strip, and this music store is actually dedicated to all the rock stars who made legendary contributions to the world of music. And it really is a cool place. A lot of famous people go here and buy their guitars. They come from all over the world. It's called the Guitar Center. So if you're here in Hollywood, come check it out. You might run into Robert Plant or someone. Hi, we're out front of Capitol Records. This circular building used to be the home of the Beatles, Nat King Cole, Duke Ellington, and many others. It actually is a wonderful place, and it's a circular building, and it stands out in Hollywood as a true landmark of Hollywood history. Hollywood hasn't always been open to newcomers and people coming out here to get discovered. The classic story I heard about Capitol Records is, you know Glenn Campbell? I'm a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Anyway, Glenn came out here on a bus. He landed here in Hollywood, and he determined to get a contract at Capitol Records. He camped out in the lobby and out front of the building with his guitar, and nobody would give him an audition. So finally, after 2 weeks, he made his way into the lobby, and he said, I need to see someone. He was determined. And they actually said, okay, that's enough, you're kicked out of here. They were dragging him out, literally, and a record executive came out, heard all the commotion, invited him upstairs, told the guards to leave him alone, and he got discovered right here on the spot. That's a really fun story, and it's true. And Glenn Campbell is a legend today. I'm a big John Lennon and Beatles fan. Every year, they have a candlelight vigil right out here outside of Capitol Records, and hundreds of people come and they sing Beatles songs, and they're all dressed up from the 60s, and it's really cool. All we are saying is give peace a chance, and they have little candles and they all sit around right on the birthday. I'm not sure if it's the birthday or the death of John Lennon, but every year right out here, it's really something. I'm standing across the street from the Cinerama Dome Theater, the movie theater that of all movie theaters that I've ever been to is the most outrageous, wonderful theater acoustically. And I'll tell you something, when you come to Hollywood, you gotta check this out. It's better than any theater you'll ever go to. For some reason, it's round and all the sound bounces off, and it's a big theater, so you can sit up high or low or wherever you want in the theater, and it has a beautiful view of the screen from any angle. This is Amoeba Music across the street, and originally the chain started in San Francisco, and this is a great place to buy used CDs, DVDs, or VHS copies. It also is a great place if you're broke to trade in your stuff. Of course, none of you will ever have to do that. But they have some vintage vinyl stuff in here too. And if you're into collecting old records, this is the place to come. We're across the street right now from Farmers Market. In 1870, Farmers Market originated, and it was a bunch of farmers that came here to sell their produce out on the corner. And it's grown today to be this mega #1 landmark in Hollywood. In fact, now it's owned by a billionaire some guy who bought it and turned half of it into what's called the Grove. But I'm telling you, this is the best place to come with your family and have some lunch, walk around, buy some gifts, and you can spend all day inside. It's all shaded, and it's a beautiful little outdoor mall. It's really fun, and they have a little train you can ride on for the kiddies, and it's really a great place. In fact, one day I was here and I ran into Peter Fonda, and he said, come walk with me. A lot of famous people like me hang out there, and it's a lot of fun to hang out, and you can even bring your dog. You can bring a gorilla, I guess, if you have one. This is a great place to bring the kids, walk around, spend all day. They have every kind of food you can imagine, and it's a fun place to hang out. Here we are today at the La Brea Tar Pits closer to Hollywood and LA area, with the La Brea Tar Pits in the background. It is said to be that this fence was not there at one time, that homeless people were falling into the pit and getting sucked into the oil and drowned. So they eventually put this fence up. But in the old days, in what they call prehistoric days, before LA was here, and this is a real Hollywood monument, by the way, the tar would be here, and it is called asphalt. And the animals would come up here not knowing, and it would be a nice sheet of water and leaves, and they would go down there in there to get a drink of water, and then they would get it trapped in there and they would sink like quicksand. Then the predators would come in and try to eat them, and they would actually be caught in the tar. We're out here in front of the LA County Art Museum, and for about $7, you and your friends can go in and take a tour of the art museum. It's really, really, really wonderful. And they have an outdoor patio and cafeteria, and people are really friendly there. In fact, you could probably spend a whole afternoon here and you know, check out all the art. They have new exhibitions going on quite often, and also the older ones that are permanent. So I really urge you to check it out.